In the late 19th century, a bold theory suggested that an entire continent once existed in the Pacific Ocean. It was described as vast, advanced, and suddenly lost beneath the sea. To this day, no confirmed geological evidence supports its existence. Yet the idea of a vanished land continues to surface across different cultures and historical narratives. Fragments of language, myth, and symbolism have been interpreted as possible connections to a shared past. And while the theory remains controversial, its persistence raises questions about how much of early human history is still open to interpretation. Have you ever heard of a lost continent called Mu? Some say it was the birthplace of civilization, now hidden beneath the Pacific Ocean. Others believe it is nothing more than a myth, a story without evidence. But what if there is more to this tale than meets the eye? In this video, we will explore the theories, legends, and debates surrounding Mu. From ancient texts to modern interpretations, we will examine the clues left behind. Could Mu have been real, influencing cultures across the globe? Join me as we delve into the mystery of the lost continent of Mu.
The concept of Mu was first introduced by Augustus Le Plongeon in the 19th century. He claimed to have translated ancient Mayan texts that spoke of a lost land. Later, James Churchward expanded on this idea, describing Mu as a vast continent in the Pacific. According to Churchward, Mu was the home of an advanced civilization called the Nacles. He believed that Mu sank due to catastrophic events, erasing its existence from the surface. Churchward's theories were based on tablets he claimed to have seen in India. He also pointed to similarities in symbols and architecture across ancient cultures. Critics argue that there is no geological evidence supporting the existence of Mu. Modern science suggests that continents cannot simply sink into the ocean. Despite this, the idea of Mu has persisted in various forms of literature and pseudoscience. Some link Mu to other mythical lands like Lemuria and Atlantis. The lack of physical evidence has not deterred believers from searching for clues. Underwater structures near Japan's Yonaguni Island have fueled speculation. However, experts often attribute these formations to natural geological processes. The mystery of Mu continues to captivate those intrigued by lost civilizations.
Throughout history, various cultures have spoken of a lost land in the Pacific. Sacred texts and ancient symbols may hold clues to the existence of Mu. Some researchers believe that similarities in myths across continents point to a common origin. Could these stories be remnants of a shared memory of a sunken civilization? Symbols found in ancient temples and artifacts might offer insights into this mystery. The repetition of certain motifs across different cultures raises intriguing questions. Are these coincidences, or do they hint at a forgotten chapter in human history? Exploring these connections could bring us closer to understanding the legend of Mu. Let us examine the evidence found in sacred texts and symbols around the world.
Ancient texts from various cultures reference a land that vanished beneath the sea. The Popol Vuh, a sacred Mayan text, speaks of a great flood that destroyed a civilization. Hindu scriptures mention a lost land called Kumari Kandam, believed to be submerged in the ocean. Similar stories are found in Polynesian, Egyptian, and Mesopotamian traditions. These narratives often describe a prosperous land that met a catastrophic end. Symbols such as the sun, serpents, and pyramids appear across different ancient cultures. Some researchers argue that these shared symbols indicate a common source of knowledge. James Churchward claimed that the Nacles of Mu were the originators of these symbols. He believed that survivors of Mu spread their knowledge to other parts of the world. Critics contend that these similarities are the result of independent development. However, the consistency of certain motifs across continents is compelling. Artifacts bearing similar designs have been found in distant regions. These findings suggest possible connections between ancient civilizations. While definitive proof remains elusive, the parallels in texts and symbols are intriguing. They invite us to consider the possibility of a shared ancestral civilization like Mu.
James Churchward claimed that Mu was the motherland of all ancient civilizations. He said he discovered this information through ancient tablets found in India. According to him, Mu was a vast continent in the Pacific Ocean. Churchward believed it sank due to catastrophic volcanic activity. He linked Mu to ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the Americas. Many scholars, however, dismissed his theory as pseudoscience. They argued that his sources were vague and unverifiable. Yet some still wonder if there is truth hidden beneath his claims. This theory continues to spark debate and inspire research today.
James Churchward's writings introduced the world to the idea of Mu as a lost civilization. He claimed to have decoded ancient tablets called the Nakal tablets. These tablets, he said, revealed the story of a vast land that once flourished in the Pacific. According to his theory, Mu was home to a highly advanced society. He believed this civilization had deep knowledge of science, astronomy, and architecture. Churchward described Mu as a paradise, rich in resources and spiritual wisdom. He also suggested that Mu's survivors migrated across the globe after the cataclysm. They supposedly carried their knowledge to Egypt, Central America, and India. Skeptics argue that Churchward never provided solid evidence for the existence of these tablets. His critics say that the lack of archaeological proof undermines his entire theory. Despite this, his books gained a cult following and influenced many thinkers. Some researchers tried to retrace his steps, searching for supporting clues in mythology and geography. Others linked his ideas to Lemuria, Atlantis, and other lost continents. His theory walks a thin line between imagination and revelation. Even today, Churchward's vision of Mu remains a cornerstone of alternative history discussions.
Many cultures tell stories of a great land that vanished beneath the sea. From the Polynesians to the Mayans, echoes of a lost homeland appear worldwide. These myths often speak of a golden age and divine beings from the ocean. Some believe these stories point to a real place, perhaps Mu. There are recurring symbols, such as serpents, sun worship, and flood legends. Researchers have noticed striking similarities between distant civilizations. Is this a coincidence, or do these patterns hint at shared origins? Could Mu be the missing link in our understanding of ancient human migration? These questions fuel the mystery that still surrounds the legend of Mu.
Around the world, legends describe a great civilization that fell into the sea. Polynesian chants speak of Hawaii, a sacred homeland across the ocean. The Maya tell of Aztlan, a land of origin that disappeared in disaster. In India, ancient texts mention sunken lands and divine migrations. In Egypt, stories of Zep-Tepi refer to a distant golden age of knowledge. These myths may be more than simple coincidence. They often involve advanced beings, celestial symbols, and flood narratives. Some researchers believe these are fragmented memories of the same lost land. Archaeological finds show similar symbols on distant continents. Spiral carvings, stepped pyramids, and solar alignments appear across the globe. Could these be remnants of teachings brought from Mu? Linguistic links have also been suggested, connecting distant cultures. DNA studies even hint at unexpected ancient connections between populations. While mainstream science stays cautious, the parallels continue to grow. These stories weave together a global pattern that cannot be ignored.
Despite the widespread legends, no confirmed ruins of Mu have been discovered. The Pacific Ocean covers a vast and largely unexplored area. Many suggest that any remains may lie deep beneath the sea. If Mu existed, why have we not found solid proof? Some say tectonic activity could have buried all evidence. Others believe that rising sea levels erased its surface completely. Skeptics argue that the absence of artifacts proves the myth. Still, believers point to the ocean floor as the final frontier. Could advanced underwater exploration finally reveal the truth?
Modern archaeology relies on physical remains, stone, tools, and architecture. But in the case of Mu, none have been officially confirmed. The Pacific Ocean is immense, with depths beyond current exploration limits. If Mu was real, it may now lie beneath miles of sediment. Earthquakes and tectonic shifts could have fractured and buried all signs. Volcanic eruptions, common in the Pacific Ring of Fire, may have played a role. Some researchers suggest that what we now see as islands were once mountaintops. Sonar scans have revealed strange formations on the ocean floor. These shapes resemble walls, platforms, and structures, but remain unverified. Diving missions are rare and expensive in such remote areas. Lack of funding and geopolitical challenges further slow progress. Some say evidence is being ignored or suppressed by mainstream science. Others believe it is only a matter of time before we uncover the truth. The silence of the sea may still hold the answers we seek. Until then, The story of Mu remains a puzzle hidden beneath the waves.
Long before written records, cultures passed knowledge through stories and songs. Many tribal communities speak of a homeland that was lost to the sea. These accounts have been preserved for generations with remarkable consistency. In the Pacific Islands, elders describe ancestral voyages from sunken lands. Native American legends include floods and migrations from mysterious origins. Australian Aboriginal stories mention star beings and ancient connections. These oral histories are often dismissed as myth, but they deserve attention. They may carry encoded memories of real ancient events. What if the truth about Mu is hidden in the oldest voices on Earth?
Across the globe, ancient peoples speak of lands that vanished beneath the ocean. The Polynesian concept of Hawaii describes a spiritual homeland now lost. Maori chants echo tales of a sinking island and divine ancestors. In Micronesia, navigators still pass down star maps linked to legendary islands. The Hopi refer to a world before this one, destroyed in catastrophe. In South America, the Quechua remember ancestral lands swallowed by waves. Aboriginal Australians speak of dreamtime journeys over oceans and stars. These stories are sacred, often told only in ceremonial settings. They contain symbols, directions, and names passed down for thousands of years. Some researchers believe they preserve distant memories of ancient migrations. Others suggest they describe real environmental disasters, like tsunamis or sea rise. Linguistic similarities across island cultures hint at a shared origin. DNA studies reveal unexpected genetic ties between distant tribes. Oral traditions may carry truths deeper than archaeology can reach. They could be the last whispers of a sunken world, perhaps the world of Mu.
Some researchers believe Mu was not just a lost land, but the source of human civilization. They argue that advanced knowledge once flowed from Mu to every corner of the Earth. Architecture, astronomy, and spiritual systems share similarities worldwide. Could they have originated from a single ancient center? The idea suggests a forgotten golden age before recorded history. If Mu once existed, it might explain many of history's unanswered questions. Mainstream scholars remain skeptical, citing lack of hard evidence. But the pattern of global parallels remains difficult to ignore. Could Mu be the ancient root from which all cultures grew?
Similar pyramid structures appear in Egypt, Mexico, and Indonesia. Ancient megaliths exist across continents, often aligned with celestial bodies. Spiritual beliefs like sun worship and underworld journeys repeat in distant cultures. Symbols such as spirals, serpents, and crosses show up around the globe. Many of these ideas emerged long before intercultural contact was possible. The theory of Mu suggests a shared ancestral source. James Churchward believed Mu had colonies that spread its knowledge. Legends speak of white-robed sages or culture bringers arriving by sea. These beings taught farming, writing, and sacred geometry. They are remembered as gods, heroes, or ancestors in different traditions. Ruins like Nan Madol and Easter Island defy easy explanation. Could they be the last remnants of Mu's reach? Genetic studies reveal connections between distant ancient peoples. Even language roots hint at surprising links. Is it possible that all civilizations stem from a forgotten origin beneath the Pacific?
Despite the doubts, the legend of Mu refuses to fade. New discoveries often bring fresh questions rather than answers. Every unexplained ruin or myth stirs curiosity about lost lands. The ocean still hides vast unexplored regions. Science and myth sometimes run parallel, even when they do not meet. We must ask if we are looking in the right places, or with the right mindset. Was Mu real, or is it a projection of our longing for a forgotten past? Maybe the search for Mu tells us more about ourselves than about history. Still, the journey continues, driven by wonder, mystery, and hope.
Underwater sonar scans sometimes reveal strange, unnatural shapes. Sunken structures off the coast of Japan and India raise many questions. These ruins could belong to ancient civilizations, or be natural formations. Some divers have claimed to find carved stones deep in the Pacific. Satellite images show unusual patterns on the ocean floor. Mainstream science demands hard proof before accepting such claims. But history has shown that what seems impossible can later be proven real. Troy, once thought mythical, was eventually unearthed. Göbekli Tepe changed everything we knew about ancient human capabilities. So why not Mu? The search is now a global effort of explorers, scientists, and dreamers. Each expedition dives deeper, both into the ocean and our collective past. New technology may finally uncover what ancient legends remembered. Whether as a real place or a symbolic truth, Mu continues to inspire. Because sometimes, myths are just truths waiting to be rediscovered.
We have explored myths, texts, symbols, and ruins in search of Mu. The evidence remains scattered, tantalizing but incomplete. Some see only fiction, others sense a forgotten truth beneath the waves. Whether real or imagined, Mu reflects our desire to understand our origins. It challenges us to question what history has overlooked or buried. Every clue, every theory adds to the mystery rather than solves it. Perhaps Mu was never meant to be found, but always to be pursued. If this journey sparked your curiosity, share your thoughts in the comments. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mysteries like this.